We are testing out the new studio feature that is available here on Rumble. Appreciate you guys stopping by, checking this out. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm not gonna go too much into anything. I'm just gonna be kind of testing out a couple different features. Seeing how the screen share works, all that type of stuff. Like I said, mainly just checking it out. It's a new feature. Want to see how it all works. Possibly, maybe, may even replace restream for me if it's something decent enough. Then yeah, I'd definitely like to get something that I don't have to actually pay for up front, right? So this seems like it'd be a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead and test out a couple things. First off, let's go ahead and start out with the intro video right here.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot.
We're losing our democracy!
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Wake up!
Before we get into that, let's get into this.
All right, and so yeah, hopefully that played out pretty good. I did see a little bit of skipping there at the beginning. Again, my computer, my hardware, everything that I work with isn't exactly top of the line. It's just kind of a slap together machine. But either way, we'll see how that all works out. I do also have X pulled up over here. We'll see how their presentation feature works out. Again, I don't really have anything planned out. I don't really have anything pulled up or ready to go. We're just going to kind of scroll through my feed here, see if we could find any funny stuff. Again, I'm probably going to be streaming for about maybe 5-10 minutes or so, just to like I said, test out the new feature, see how it works. Hopefully it comes through pretty good. Alrighty, so we are now over here on my my feed. Let's check out some of the trending stuff. Let's see. So it looks like We the People is trending in politics. Let's see what's going on here. See, we the people are sick and damn tired of the uniparty traders sending billions of our hard-earned money to foreign wars, right? And that's a bit of an understatement. It's kind of a generalized sentiment around the United States right now. I mean, really has been for the last several decades at this point, but it's really coming into the mainstream right now, which is really where it starts to gain traction, and that's where shit really takes off. Is once it hits the mainstream, once it hits the main vein of what everybody's talking about, it becomes popularized. Culture or politics is downstream from culture. So there you go. See, Carrie Lake. Oh, Carrie Lake. We fucking love Carrie Lake on this channel. Says $74 billion to defend foreign countries, just $20 billion to defend our own. It's impossible to overstate the contempt these globalist politicians have for we the people. When Arizona sends me to Senate, I will never stop fighting to put America first. All right. So I'm guessing this has to do with the bipartisan border bill, right? And let's go ahead and read through this. I actually haven't really checked this out much yet, but let's see. The $118.28 billion national security supplemental package includes $60.06 billion to support Ukraine and its fight in it as it fights back against Putin's bloody invasion and protects the people and sovereignty. All right. Yeah. Ukraine is dead in the water. It is clearly a money laundering, scheme. We've been well aware of this since day one. Pretty much, we've been, saying this from day one. All of the people that have died in Ukraine have died in order to enrich the political leaders of the Western bloc, right? So back about a year into the not even a year, a couple months into the conflict over there in Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine went to go sit down at the negotiation table to negotiate peace, right? But Boris Johnson had to go ahead and make sure to get in there and make sure that that's not going to be the case, right? Or they don't want these types of things end, right? They don't want this stuff to end because it makes them money. It keeps people afraid, it keeps them in power, and it makes them money. All right, so let's see, 14.1 billion in security assistance for Israel. Right, again, still nothing to do with the United States and our borders, right? Protecting other nations' borders, right? 2.44 billion to support operations in the U.S. Central Command and address combat expenditures related to conflicts in the Red Sea. Again, nothing to do with the United States. 10 billion in humanitarian assistance to provide food, water, shelter, medical care, and other essential services to civilians in Gaza and the West Bank, Ukraine, and other populations caught in the conflict zones across the globe. Right? Again, nothing for the U.S. people. Not a goddamn thing. This is 118.28 billion of your tax dollars. Even if it's not directly, funded from your tax dollars, it's funded directly through the Fed, which they essentially just send up this bill, go print out millions and billions and 118.28 billion on top of the hundreds of billions that we've already spent. What are we up to? Like 34 trillion in national debt right now. Well, here's another 118 billion of it, and so far, not a damn thing going to any of the people of America. All right. So let's see. They already got that one. 4.83 billion to support key regional partners in the Indo-Pacific and deter aggression by the Chinese government. Right. So again, that's another war that we're going to be having to basically fund within the next year or so. I made a prediction that China is going to go ahead and invade Taiwan within the next year. China's already had multiple conflicts with well, not direct conflicts, but multiple issues with the Philippines and the other Indo islands right there within the near the South China Sea. So of course that's going to boil over into something else that's it's clearly at this point just becoming a money drain within the United States people, within the Western monetary system, and it's really eroding a lot of trust in America to basically be the world economy, right? And I think that's what the kind of the goal of all of this is. It's basically to get all these other countries to see, one, we issue economic sanctions against countries that don't fall in line with our will, and two, that we are completely irresponsible with money. Like we have no plans whatsoever to slow spending, to stop spending, to spend responsibly, to balance the budget, do anything like that. We have zero intention whatsoever. And it's made very evident by people like Chip Roy and a lot of the Freedom Caucus people that are constantly in Congress daily arguing for responsible spending, arguing for less spending, arguing for budget cuts, arguing for just, if anything, spending for the American people, as opposed to making sure that people in the West Bank and Ukraine and other populations caught in conflict zones have things like food, water, and shelter, when our American people do not have those. Right? Just look at California, look at New York, all these places with all these extremely bad homeless problems, and look at the types of things they have in place there. It doesn't help, right? Because they think that the problem is that these people need food, water, and shelter and stuff. Like, no, it's really they need some better leadership, some better world leadership. They need better sense of community. They need better. It's a whole bunch of shit. The socioeconomic problem needs to start with the social problem. Right? It doesn't need, it's not an economic problem. People that are homeless are not homeless because they don't have homes. They're homeless because they are socially fucked. Right? They're not right people. Let's go ahead and continue on. The bipartisan border policy changes negotiations by Senators Chris Murphy and Kirsten Sinema and James Lankford. 20.23 billion to address existing operational needs to expand capabilities of our nation's borders, resources, and the new border policies included in the package, and help stop the flow of fentanyl and other narcotics. The Fentanyl Eradication and Narcotics Deterrence Off Fentanyl Act. Again, a whole bunch of gobbledygook bullshit. If you actually wanted to slow the spread of fentanyl, if you actually wanted to stop fentanyl, simple way to do it: close the border. Close the border. Stop letting anybody who happens to wander through come through. Stop cutting down the fence so we can allow these people to come through. Basically, in other words, stop facilitating the importation of things like fentanyl and other narcotics, right? And then we'll be able to eradicate it, because of the fact that it's either one, going to be so expensive because of the fact that they have to jump through so many hoops in order to get it into our country, that it's going to become like one of those luxury drugs. You notice how nobody really does cocaine and shit like that anymore? It's because it's so expensive, right? With fentanyl, that gets sent directly to the cartels from China. They go ahead and manufacture it right there, right off of the border, and then they just ship it on over, right? Pretty simple. If you look around, places like where I'm at here in Tucson, Arizona, fentanyl prices they go for around $2 per pill, right? And one of those pills is good enough to kill an individual person. So that's about $2 per fucking death here in Arizona. And the reason for that is because we have a wide open border. Pretty simple, right? So let's see. Finally, $400 million for the nonprofit security grant program to help nonprofits and places of worship make security enhancements. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and guess it's because the Catholic Church here in Arizona has been going full on NGO status to help all of these so-called asylum seekers. We call them foreign invaders, but they call them asylum seekers, to basically come over here and integrate into our society. Not integrate. Now, what's the better word for it? I guess adapt, adjust to having 3 hots in a cot and freaking having all your expenses paid for. Adjust to basically all the freebies and all the gimme dats that comes along with American society. That's the kind of adjusting that they're going to be doing. All right, but just real quick, I just want to find a something else here that's got some sort of audio to it. I am really looking forward to this. All right, see, Tucker Carlson is going to be interviewing Vladimir Putin. Right, that's going to be epic. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be absolutely epic. Right, let me go ahead and find something here. Good old voter ballots. All right, here we go. See, what's the cat thinking?
Раз 10 выборок. И так каждый раз. Это просто нереально ему когти подстричь.
So dramatic. Oh my goodness. Oh, is that fucking Ted Nugent?
Manage my emotion because my heart is broke right now. And I'd like to start by saying to all the veterans out there and all the law enforcement and the citizens who took an oath to the sacred Constitution, I'm going to be real cocky, which I'm really good at. And I'd like to apologize on behalf of we the people for allowing this piece of shit to get in the White House. We're sorry to the Vietnam vets and 58,000 dead heroes for this. That this devil scum snake thinks he's the commander-in-chief of the United States of America. We apologize for being so stupid and for bending over and allowing this to happen. But as I look out there, I do these things all over the country because for some reason, people keep inviting me to these events. Let me tell you why. My name is Ted Nugent. I'm a radical. My name is Ted Nugent. I'm from Detroit. We were not the murder capital because we're more violent. We're just better damn shots, okay?
Woo.
I'm an extremist. I dare to experiment in self-government. I could have parachuted into America or onto planet Earth, and I could have wrote the First Amendment because I have an instinctual right to speak my mind. I have an instinctual, natural, perfect right to assemble against those who might not adhere to their constitutional oath that I hired based on that oath. I can protest on January 6th without the FBI causing all that violence. The king wouldn't allow me to choose my own religion, so I'm going to choose my own religion. I don't need a permit or a license for my First Amendment. I don't need a man to authorize my First Amendment. I've just got one from God. Nobody can intervene between me and God. Any questions?
All right. Oh yeah, good one. Good speech there, Ted. Always liked Ted Nugent, man. Fucking Stranglehold. That's definitely one of my favorite songs. But anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, this was just a short little test run. We're coming up on about 15 minutes here. This seems pretty good so far. My only critique is I wish there was some sort of a way to see, how your audio is coming through. Because again, I'm just going blind right now. I'm just kind of assuming that my audio is working fine. There is no actual way to to test it over here on the studio. Let me go ahead and see if I could switch these tabs over. Maybe I could show you guys how the studio looks. Nope, doesn't look like it. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, it looks like. Yep. Well, let's see how this goes. Right. Yep. This is the studio here. Pretty cool stuff, right? Pretty cool stuff. Like I said, pretty basic. I wish there was a way to see how my audio is coming through, but unfortunately, it's not the case. Maybe that's something they could definitely work on in the near future. But in the meantime, it seems like it's going all right. I'm gonna hop off here in just a second. Go ahead and check all the other places that I've been streaming to. Make sure that it's actually going to those places, and make sure that everything's coming through. That being said, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video out to your friends. I suppose. I mean, like I said, it is just a test run, but yeah, I appreciate you all. If you guys would like to pick up a shirt, make sure you guys get a hold of me on X. I will be printing out a few more of these real soon. I actually do have a couple on hand right now. So a couple of the P1 listeners, a couple of the original fans, if you'd like to hit me up on X, go ahead, send me your information and all that, and I'll get one of these shirts out to you guys. All right. That being said, I appreciate you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and as always, fuck off.